Hello everyone, here we go again with weekly Moneylogy show, and me and Vala Rome are here today with you to share our own thoughts and steps towards financial freedom. So if you're interested in the topics like financial freedom, personal finances, investing or entrepreneurship, watch our show and also follow us on any channels you like Facebook, YouTube or Instagram to get all the information which are there already and also the new updates. So have a lot.
Hi, Yoris. Hi, everyone.
Hi everyone, and today we have a topic which is a bit broader maybe than only the finances, because we would like to talk with you about the prosperity. What does actually mean to be prosperous, and how it's connected also to the level of your financial intelligence, and also probably it's quite important to know how to be prosperous. Doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what is in the economy. Doesn't matter what is happening in the country you live or around you. So, voilà. What do you think? What is actually word prosperous means and how it's connected to the financial topic?
Yeah, I was thinking about the word because it's not maybe the word I'm using daily, but for me, prosperous is basically living a life that someone has envisioned to live, and I think this prosperity is probably different for different people because there's somebody who can actually live with some minimum means and they are really happy about it, and somebody who want to live in luxury and that's what they want. So I think the prosperity is really depending on the person. But in general, I would say that it's not only the financial term, but it's more like, living the life you would like to live. And then, of course, the financial is part of it.
Exactly. Yeah, I would agree on it also because actually how much money you want to have, it's really a personal decision and question. And this is probably also why financial freedom means different things to everyone. Because for some, maybe if you are, for example, if you are just a student, you don't have any obligations to your family, you don't have any loans on your head, probably prosperity for you will mean, I don't know, maybe 1,000 euro or dollars a month. But for the person who have 3 children and already a house loan, probably prosperity will be 4 times, 10 times more. So it's really depending on your needs and also on your view to life, how you live. Maybe somebody likes just to travel with a backpack on the back and that's it. And the prosperity will be different for him. But probably we would agree that anyway, doesn't matter what is the level of prosperity for you, money is a part of it. Just the question of how you earn this money.
Yeah, and I think it a bit relates also to the model we have been teaching here in Starfish. And there's this survival, then it's security, then it's well-being, wealth, and financial freedom.
Yep.
So I would say prosperity is even for somebody, it's even the well-being level.
Exactly.
Because for somebody that's good enough, and if they have the well-being, they have more flexibility, maybe some money put aside, that they feel already prosperous. For somebody else, it may mean to be wealthy, which means that I'm financially independent, where my assets are going to work for me, and that's when I feel prosperous, so I can do everything I want to do on a daily basis. So it really depends. I think it's the wealth is more like a financial term, but prosperity is more like a wider feeling of, living the life you would like to live.
Exactly, and because it's also probably connected with another part, our time. So how much time we spend for earning the money we would like to have, and the quality of income actually is also, in a way, shows the level of prosperity. Because let's say you can have $1 million income, but you will be really working hard for this all the time, and as soon as you stop working, the money will start going down. So I would say that the quality of income or the amount of money you get passively also reflects on the level of prosperity you can have.
Yeah, and relating on that idea, I would say that it's more like how much do you control your time? Because let's say somebody who is on the well-being level, he may control maybe 2 days of the 5 working days, and he already feels prosperous because of that. Because in the past he had all 5 days he had to do the work.
Yeah.
But for somebody, it's like if I have like 100% control over my time and I can do every day what I would like to do, that's really prosperous. So that's really depends on the person.
Yeah. And I would add one more level to it. I would say the prosperity also means level of stability, because in the different economical cycles, people have different ways how we can live the prosperous life. And if, let's say, you feel that you live a prosperous life while economic is going up, it doesn't mean that you will be the same prosperous when the economy will be going down if you don't do certain steps to prepare for it. That's why in Starfish Academy vocabulary part today in our show we have the term. Oh, sorry, it's not this one. I will show it in a minute. We have a term which actually explains this, because this is exactly economic cycle. And what does it mean, economic cycle? Actually is regular fluctuations in the volume of economy and its activity, and it happens each day. Even now, when we look to the economy, we can see changes in different periods of growth, economic downturns, and even when Corona happened, everybody was saying that we are already in the crisis and now it will be recession, but it probably didn't happen the way it was in the past. But anyway, the cycles are always the same. It's expansion, then sometimes it reaches peak, and then it goes down, and then again it's depression, and then it recovers and goes back to expansion. So I would say that real prosperity also means that you can live the same level, or at least not so much feeling the difference. Doesn't matter if economy is in the expansion or economy is in the depression. And this again connects to the level of your financial intelligence, financial literacy, and the steps you do in order to create this different level or different quality of income you have. So what do you think about this a lot?
Yeah, when I'm looking at this picture, I think it almost the economic cycle is the same like life cycle,
Yep.
because the life is always going up and down, and it's really silly to think that it's always going up, and it's very easy to be positive and be prosperous when the markets are going up. But now the question is how are we prepared for the bad times, because the bad times eventually will come, and then how am I prepared for that? And
Exactly.
also, like in life, if things are not going your way, what is your preparation in your mindset to go through these hard times? And also economically, have you prepared for this economic crisis? Because we know that every like 7, 8 to 10 years we will have the booms and the busts, and if we just expect that there will no busts anymore, then we are just cheating ourselves.
Exactly. So you actually touched quite an important topic here. So what would be these steps for people to prepare for these hard times, not the easy times? Because when economy is in the growth phase, everyone is a good investor. Everyone is actually can easily get good returns on the money. But the question is, what is when economy is going bad? So what would be these steps to prepare yourself and actually prepare not only probably from financial side, but also from the mental side in order to be ready for these times?
Well, I think that one of the ways I'm thinking is that you almost imagine that the bad times are permanent, because when you get prepared to the bad times and things are going a bit better, then anytime you win.
Yeah,
And normally the bad times are never permanent. You always know that it comes back. But if you prepare as they would be, then you would be in much better position. So let me give you an example. So basically from the last year when the corona hit, it basically changed the business model of what we do as a
yep,
company, as a Starfish. So we were doing a lot of live trainings in Estonia, and when the market hit, now we had two options: whether we hope and pray that it will go through fast, or we say that, okay, now the world has changed, we cannot do live trainings anymore, we have to switch to online, and we have to prepare for the new future. Now if things would go back, we are still okay, but if they don't go back and we just hope and wait, then we put ourselves even in a worse situation. So just a live example how you kind of prepare for the bad times, and if things go better, then it's all good.
exactly. So it means actually that you need to think ahead and to be ready for the tough times actually, and to be ready to pivot, because if you just go one direction all the time and you see that you hit the wall, and it's not possible to get the results you was expecting to get, you need to be quite quick to pivot and to change your plan and to move towards your goals just through other path which is possible. I would say one thing which is also really helpful for us, and it's not only for businesses but for individuals as well, is the exercise we learned from one of also colleagues in the training business, Eric Edmins. He said this icebergs. So what does it mean icebergs? You need to do the exercise thinking ahead. What are these threats which you don't see now that can appear in the near future and stop you from moving towards your goals? And it's the same in your individual life, because you can have your financial goals, maybe to earn a certain amount of money, to build a certain amount of passive income, but suddenly economy changes and basically you hit the wall and you need to be prepared for it. So this also can help. And one more thing which is helpful also to be more ready or prepared is actually multiple streams of income. I would say, because then you are not dependent on one level, on one stream, which can be disappeared when the economy goes bad, but you have different incomes from the different asset classes, which helps you to be on the water and still swim if something happens.
I think what it makes so hard maybe is that, in generally people do not like to think about bad things happening. They like to think about good things happening. And that's when you always tell yourself, okay, it's going to be through, it's going to be good. But then actually you're cheating again yourself, because if it's not correct, then it actually might take a while and you can be economically in really hard situations. So sometimes it's a good idea to even create a bad scenario, like you said, the iceberg exercise. It's even worse than you could imagine what could happen. But then you know that these are all the threats, and I can already start avoiding the threats today. And if they would, come in the future, then I'm already prepared. So that's
Exactly.
really good.
So it basically means that positive thinking is not always a choice. Yes, sometimes you need, on purpose, choose to be not a positive thinker, but like a negative thinker, imagining the situations which can happen to be prepared for it. It doesn't mean that you need to hope that it will happen, but you need to be at least ready for it.
Yes.
Okay, so by the way, for those who watch our show, if you have any questions regarding this topic or any other topics which are important for you, feel free to ask the questions below the video in the comment section, and we will be more than happy to answer them. Also, you can suggest the topics which you would like us to include in our Moneylogy shows in the future, the same way in the comments below. Doesn't matter if you watch the live version or recorded version of a show. We will be really happy to hear it from you, because it brings us a feeling what topics will be more interesting for you, more valuable for you, and we will include it in the future shows. And also, if you hasn't seen other shows which has been in the past, you can find them on the channel you use the most, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just subscribe via Starfish Academy, and you will be updated on the upcoming content, and as well you will be able to look to the previous content published here. So this was the topic we would like to discuss with our today. Give us your feedback, give us your thoughts, is it valuable for you or not? And also feel free to share these shows with your friends if you feel that it could be valuable for them. We have a few more minutes. If you have any question, you can ask us now. If not, then we will just wish you a good week, and let's meet the next week, same time, same day, just on different Moneylogy show.
Thank you. And maybe just last comment, George. I think it's really valid topic for today, because I think we are on the peak, and it's really good to understand that the party may be over and we have to prepare it, and now it's a good time to do that.
Exactly, I totally agree in it, because even the big investors already started to change their portfolios, to sell out some of the asset classes, and it actually means something. So we need to be ready and to be in optimistic thinking when you are on the top. Probably is not the best choice because when you can't spot some risks and basically dangerous things happening around. So think about it, and let's meet the next week on other Moneylogy show. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
See you next week. Bye.